Hey everyone all at YouTube, this is your buddy Silver Lightsaber. It's been a little while since I've done a video, and I figured I'd throw you another opinion piece since some people seem to enjoy it, and I enjoy giving my opinion. There's a lot to talk about with recent movies coming out, and the biggest news, the one that people have been talking to me about the most, is Spider-Man 4 getting canceled, and Sam Raimi and Tobey Maguire and everyone walking off of it. I'm going to get this out of the way. I don't care what anyone says. I think this is great news. I think Spider-Man 4 getting canceled is great news for the franchise, and I will tell you why. Spider-Man 3 sucked. I could go on and on about what was wrong with that movie. What was right with that movie is the better question, but anyway, that's a different thing. Spider-Man 4, continuing the same story, and I read a brief synopsis about it with Vulture and Peter Parker moving on from Mary Jane. It takes place in the same story arc after Spider-Man 3, so immediately I was turned off. The only thing I liked about Spider-Man 4, the idea of Spider-Man 4, were two things. Black Cat being in it, and the Vulture, which I thought would have been an interesting character because Sam Raimi's definitely shown us that his strength is in the classic characters, not the modern, newer characters, as reference to Spider-Man 3. Anyway, I am excited for a reboot. I think a reboot is exactly what this franchise needs. It'll bring new life. It'll breathe new breath into Spider-Man. And some people are worried about doing the origin story again. And I agree. To a degree, I agree. Because everyone knows the origin of Spider-Man. He's like Batman and Superman. Everyone knows his origin. Peter Parker, high school student, Uncle Ben dies, gets bitten by a spider, and becomes Spider-Man. We all know this. This is common knowledge, even to people who are comic book fans or don't like these movies. Everyone knows the origin. I think the reboot is a good opportunity to give new cast, new actors a chance to shine. It's a great opportunity to give a new vision. I think the Spider-Man films got pretty stale by the time Spider-Man 3 came around. I honestly do. I think that a new director and a new cast and a new direction for this film franchise is needed now more than ever. But I am worried too. Don't misunderstand me and think that this is all just a cakewalk. I mean, I'm worried. Sony, I think, is the second scariest studio that has these superhero rights with their movies. Fox being the first. And what I mean by scary is that Spider-Man 3 is proof of this, is that they show when they want something, they will go through hell to get it. And they don't care what they have to do to make their will be done. I'm worried that in this Spider-Man reboot, if this reboot fails, and if it doesn't take off the way it's going to, the Spider-Man films are going to take a serious hiatus from the screen. I honestly think this. I think that it'll be similar to Batman's film history after Batman and Robin. Now, I'm not foreseeing a huge failure like Batman and Robin in a Spider-Man reboot. I'm just saying that if Spider-Man 3 failed the way it did, and then a reboot follows just a few years later that's also very disappointing and not very good, they're going to need to stay away from Spider-Man on the screen for quite a while until you bring him back. So I am hoping, as all of you should be hoping, that this reboot is good and it is every bit successful that it deserves to be. I think these are great opportunities, like I've said before, young unknown actors maybe. Just fresh take. Everything needs to be redone. The origin story, I actually think in the first movie was rushed, to be honest. I think that there's certain parts they could have expanded on, especially in his high school life. And I'm hearing some people complain about turning Spider-Man into a tween story, and I understand where they're coming from, but at the same time, I kind of think that the reboot and the origin story kind of need to go that route to a degree. What I mean is, this is a teenage hero, so he needs to, for the older audiences, remind us of what our high school life was like and what it was like when we were younger. And for the young audiences, I want to be able to see myself in high school. I want to be able to see and feel the pain and the hardships that he's going through. With Tobey Maguire, I didn't really feel that much at all. It was too rushed. You saw a few moments of his high school life, and you did feel sorry for him. You did connect with the character, and I mean, they did that, but you didn't get an inside look at exactly his lifestyle. I mean, what his life is like on a day-to-day basis. You got a few highlights. I think the origin story, like I said, everyone knows it, but I'm not opposed to the idea of revisiting it, because I think that there's a lot you can do with it. And, you know, bring new villains in. There's plenty of Spider-Man villains that haven't been used yet. Or redo some villains that were introduced in Sam Raimi's. You know, I'm not thinking that they're going to do that, but redo some villains. I'd love to see Green Goblin done again. Maybe Harry Osborn's Green Goblin done justice, please God. But Norman Osborn, you know, something interesting. Maybe give Dr. Octopus a more important role, a supporting role in the series. Dr. Kurt Connors, give him a bigger supporting role. Something, you know? The possibilities are endless at this point. It's just in early pre-production. So I think it's a time to get excited and not to get worried. At least not yet. Don't get worried until there's a reason to get worried. That's what I think. And I'm not saying it's going to be easy. This is a difficult balance to find. Like I've said at the beginning, this reboot needs to have a fresh take, a new feel, and it needs to deliver a big impact, because in 2012, the slate that they're going for, Green Lantern will have come out, which I am very excited for. I think is going to do very well, and DC will finally have more than one movie to compete with Marvel on. But they'll have Iron Man 2 have come out by then, Captain America, Green Lantern. So this Spider-Man reboot's really going to have to step it up to compete with those other movies. So the pressure is on. The pressure is really on. I trust that, or at least I hope, I trusted Sam Raimi and the creative minds that Spider-Man 3 would blow me away, and it didn't. So I'm hoping that this reboot does what Spider-Man 3 should have done. That's attract a huge audience, make the audience that's stuck with these movies feel like their patience for a new movie has paid off, and just slap us out of our seats. Give us our money's worth. And have us invest our emotions in these characters. Don't just deliver an action movie, because sometimes the Spider-Man movies with Sam Raimi were nothing but great action scenes. I mean, let's be honest here. I want to feel with these characters. I want to feel for Peter Parker. I don't want to wait to see him turn into Spider-Man. I want to feel for Peter Parker and feel for Spider-Man. So this is exciting. I can't wait for it. I'm hoping this reboot does for Spider-Man what Batman Begins did for Batman. I'm really hoping the best for it. Thanks for watching. If you have any other things you want me to comment on, please leave it in the comments. I'm Silver Lightsaber. Thank you for watching.